How can it be so freezing cold? Records -70 wind chill in parts of North Dakota. -70. That's just horrible sounding, to be honest. How can that happen? And yet, right now, the world is at near record heat. So, how could we have record cold and near record heat at the same time? And the answer is simple: the United States is only 2% of the globe. We're freezing in much of the United States, not all. Miami has had um, heat indices in the 90s, but Africa, the Arctic, South America, Asia, Australia, Antarctica, all are unusually warm. If you looked at a globe and global temperature map, and you would see lots and lots of red for warm, and then this giant, deep bluish purple for here in the United States. Another factor is some scientists believe, and it's a theory that is growing in credibility and credence, that climate change itself is a factor in the polar vortex, the chilling cold that we're getting. Um, the polar vortex normally stays at the pole and it's in an Arctic jail, but every now and then something breaks it out of jail and it comes down to the United States, or it goes to Europe or Asia, more often in the United States. One theory is that because of climate change and because the Arctic is warming so fast, atmospheric waves have changed, sea ice has changed in the Arctic, and those changes somehow ripple out in the atmosphere, and we get the polar vortex knocked out of its Arctic jail and back to elsewhere. And studies are showing that that's happening more frequently. It's not more intense, but it is more frequent. So that's how we can have record cold, record heat at the same time, how we can have polar vortex and global warming. It's hard to think these things are both together. But one way to remember it is there's a difference between weather and climate. Weather is your day-to-day stuff. This is weather. It changes, it's localized. Climate is over years, decades, and it's larger region. So this is not global warming. This is weather.